full moon, y'all. I'm gonna show you some stuff. Oh no, is the skirt really as ratchet as I think it is? Probably is. It's a house skirt, allow me. I'm in my house, innit? Just picked up some things, you know. How are you lot? Wait, do this little bit of admin. Great. Hey Cleo. Yes, charcoal face mask. Let's get these cards cleansed up. Hey Karen. Wait till I show you what this is. Hey yes. Wait till I show y'all. Put it down a little bit. At least if it's gonna be ratchet, let's just at least make it sexy. Or at least, you know. I feel like I've been away from y'all for a minute, innit? Hey Isma. Wait, let me just not hurt my back. Closer to me. So it's less dramatic. Yes. Thank you. I mean, 'tis the season, isn't it? Thank you, Rika. 'Tis the season, y'all. You already know. Why not get into it early? Do you know what I was inspired by, though? I was inspired by Paris Fashion Week and the Guap Gala. I was inspired. My God. So Janet Jackson inspired me to go back to black. I mean, I was thinking about it because my edges were just like... My edges were suffering in my whole transition from black to grey, yeah. And I feel like I wasn't going grey quick enough. I went a whole year no dye. And it was just no, man. So I decided to go back to black. But Janet Jackson spurred me on. Hey, Tarara Bontier. Yeah, Janet Jackson spurred me on when I saw her looks for the Givenchy show. And yeah, I was like, look. There's plenty of time to be grey, and I feel like if I'm gonna go grey, what I'll do, I'll just shave my whole head off and then just let it just naturally, and if anything, just help it along with a little bit of dye. It's easier to like bleach and dye hair when it's short, because you know, what if it gets ruined or damaged, you could just shave it off again some more. So that's what I'm gonna do. And plus I had a ponytail that I really wanted to wear, dark black ponytail. It just kept looking at me like, how many times did we wear? 3 times, like. So, you know, here we are, we're back to black. Back to black. And so Diana was just like, what about me, in the back of the cupboard? Like, what about me? And she's ratchet, man. She's matted, she's old, but she's doing all right. And then I got this from the pound shop yesterday. So this is the look that you lot are getting today. And then I found a top in my wardrobe, in my drawers, that went with the something. So I just put it all together. And honestly, this is my house dress that I just kind of rolled down. And it's really long. It's like a proper Morticia. See the holes? Like it's a proper house dress. It's really old. So I just made that. So just showing you, like, you could just be inspired in your own house. And then, okay, so back to Fashion Week, yeah? So Doja Cat, I don't know her. I don't know a song of this girl. She could pass me in the street. I don't know her, yeah? But she had... You know, I normally do my little gold, but she had the red on either side, and I was like, ooh! And then, obviously, this and this, I was like, yeah! And then, something told me, just do a circle with some, you get? And then, here we are. My inner child lives in this house, lives strong in this house. You know. God, we've got to do 5 aspects. We ain't done that for ages, have we? All right. So I'm back tomorrow because, you know, it's a portal. It's a portal! Of course we're back. And then probably find some time in the week to come and do the 5 aspects of this solio. Of the sun. Oh, Nancy, I wish I was at the beach, girl. Just got some new things to burn as I'm cleansing up these cards. I'm going to show you what it is, okay? I'm just not going to leave you in the dark. I'm just looking for a particular piece. I'm looking for some orange peel. It's never too much to wear anywhere. You could go anywhere like this, to work, to the supermarket, pick up the children from school. Just do what you like. Do what you like. Don't let nobody judge you or feel no way. If you want to be like this, be like this. You know, because I'm excited to go outside like this. I'm very excited to go outside like this. All right. Let's cleanse. Happy full moon in Pisces. Yes, I said what I said. Happy full moon in Pisces. You see the picture that I sent you, like the little thumbnail. It's because I mean, in verdict astrology, it is. In ancient astrology, it really is Pisces. But I really wanted it to be in Aries. Number one, because I'm an Aries. Number two, because I was just here for the energy, for the extra. And, you know, I like the fact that it was Aries in a Libra sun, Aries moon in a Libra sun. I love all of that. But the reality is, oh, thank you, her complex. The reality is that we are in the sign of Pisces. My app said it, Verdict Astrology says it, and if I'm honest, it's it. Because, hey Brooklyn, I feel like October, for instance, is a very fantasy month. It's a very fantasy. It's almost like you could be anybody or be anything in October, isn't it? You can spend the whole time being as extravagant or as fantasy like as you like in this season. So it makes sense that it's a Pisces full moon. Also, it's also a time when the veil is the thinnest, and so therefore, again, it would make sense that if we're in a time when the veil is the thinnest, and Pisces rules illusion, then Pisces rules illusion. Pisces is the sign of illusion and ting and separation and these things. Then again, please hit the like button when you come in, first of all. Then again, it would make sense that this is a Pisces full moon. And I know I've already got a Pisces full moon reading up. To be honest with you, you remember I was traveling, so I was kind of all over the place. I'd kind of been through a few upheavals, to say the very least. And I was a little bit wobbly, you know, and I wasn't really focusing on what sign the moon was in. And also remember that was the day after the witch was pronounced dead. So you know, it was horrendous times for me personally, although it was also beautiful times as well, because, you know, it's the balance. It was the balance for me. Anyway, I feel like I'm just harping on about nothing in particular. Okay, is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. All right, great. I want to. Stress is horrendous. It's all little bleach marks all over them, but tie-dye is a thing, isn't it? So we can pretend that it's tie-dye. It's horrendous. But it's better than the one that I was gonna wear. I've got another house skirt. I call it my leg warmer. It's just one woolly skirt, yeah. Couldn't find it nowhere, and that's old. That's old. I actually stole it from somebody else, and it was old for them. They were like, no, it's a house dress. I was like, no, my God, I can rock that. So I stole it from them to rock on the street, and I was about 18 when I did that. So it's old. It's old. It's not as old as this. I think this is maybe about 10 years old, 11 years old. But, you know, you can make something old into something new, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm in a wonderful ensemble. I'm going to do a shameless plug. So I want to show you what I'm burning. So basically, this is a sage stick in a bag. I like it very much. This is a sage stick in a bag that is burned. It's a little bit messy. It's a little bit messy, but it's doable with coals. Okay? So the reason why the sage stick is in a bag is because I've created a lovely little Halloween gift box for you, because I was inspired on Friday. I mean, I was thinking about doing it, but sometimes you know what it's like, which actually will move me into Genia. It's Pisces, but it's in Aries if you want it to be. In Western astrology, it's in Aries, but in ancient astrology, Vedic astrology, Egyptian astrology, this is in Pisces. So that's what we're doing. Only because yesterday I took a picture of the moon, and then I used my app to see what the planets were and what I could see, and it said that it was in Pisces. It's the screenshot that I took, that's the thumbnail, and it's blatantly Pisces. And I'm just like, I'm not arguing with the app. I'm not arguing with ancient astrology. It's that. Okay, let's get on with it. So the reason why the sage stick is in a bag is because I made this for you lot, because I took a bath on Friday, my goddess bath, but then I was guided to put some blood red orange peel in it, some brown sugar, baby. Literally, the song was playing, and I thought, oh, let's put some brown sugar in the bath. And then I also put some ylang ylang oil, which I don't normally use, which is great for Fridays. And what else did I put in the bath? Orange. I had these beautiful orange roses that really served me, you know, like I had them in my bath when I first got them, in a Monday bath, and then I had them on my altar, and then I had them, and then I took one to my daddy because it was the anniversary of his passing this week, and then I put some in my goddess bath on Friday. And then I asked permission if I could use them again for these creations. And they were like, of course. What do you think we gave you orange, spectacularly orange roses for, that you haven't been able to find them anywhere again? You went back to the same place, they're not there. You've looked all over the place and they're not there. Why do you think we gave you these special orange roses? So I was like, okay. So I made some. So I put the bath together. I put the bath salts together with the, so let's show you first of all. It's a lovely, are the lights on? They are. There's lights in here as well. This is very, 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 very cute. There's lights in here. So basically, this is the Halloween gift box, Mama D Halloween gift box. And what I've done is, you see the lights better here. These are all the lights. I've made up some new bath salts with some orange peel and some cinnamon. Oh yeah, cinnamon bark in here, brown sugar, and the orange rose petals, along with all the other normal ingredients of the salt baths. And then I've added some, ooh, looky, I've added some ylang ylang to the regular goddess bath oils. And then what I've done is, instead of having a sage stick, I've given you lots some coals. There's 4 coals here. And then I've made the sage stick, but crushed it up into a little cute bag. And in here, you've got sage, normal ingredients of the white sage stick. So you've got sage, rosemary, bay leaf, thyme, and then along with that, you've got orange peel, cinnamon bark, and orange rose petals, all in a lovely bag for you to just burn on the coals. And it burns lovely. It burns actually really, really well. A little bit messy, but it burns really, really well. Because the reason why I had to do this was because when you put cinnamon in a sage stick, oh, there's also cloves in here as well in this mix. And I've noticed I've been having horrendous toothache. You already know me and my teeth. And yesterday when I was burning it, I was on Instagram with the experiment, and I'm burning this stuff with the cloves, and my tooth didn't hurt. I was so surprised. Do I leave up? I was so surprised. So yeah, there's cloves in here as well. I'm also going to be adding a raw crystal. This is black tourmaline. It's a big piece of black tourmaline here. Thank you, Isma. And then my 2 favorite things in here. I found a pumpkin candle, and this is oh gosh, what's the scent? This is patchouli and a citrusy smell as well. It is rather gorgeous. And then that's for 1. I'm only doing 5 of these, and then I'm doing another 5 with 2 of these Divine Feminine candles in them. So all in all, I'm only doing 10 gift boxes for Halloween, and they will be available for sale on Wednesday. I thought it was going to be tomorrow, but I have to go and weigh everything and then put it on the DHL thing so that they make sure I haven't used these boxes before. These are beautiful boxes as well with the lovely clasp, so you can have it as a nice keepsake for whenever you're finished. I did want to get a stamp for but because I'm a little bit lastminute.com and I don't want to delay, we'll do the stamp for the Christmas boxes. Hey Shirley, we'll do the stamp for the Christmas boxes, the Mama D stamp, but for now it's just going to be plain and raw and cute as fuck. So yes, you guys, these are your Halloween gift boxes, goddess bath boxes, Halloween goddess bath boxes. I like it a lot. And they will be available for sale on the website come Wednesday, because I still have to do a few bits and pieces in order to make sure that they can be collected and ting and ting and ting. All right, boom. That's all I want to say about that. The link to the website for the other products and for readings and all of the things are in the link below, www.mamadproducts.co.uk. That's that. Hello to all you new subbies. Hello to the original G's, and welcome to my channel. I said it 20 minutes later. So yesterday was the 8th. What am I doing? Leaning to this side a little bit. Okay. So yesterday was the 8th, yeah? And it was the end of Pluto retrograde. Yes, my G's. That was the end of Pluto retrograde. And whatever we had the courage to work through in that time has given us a new zest, a new lease of life almost. You know, that work was grueling. We're talking from the 25th of April, you know, bruv, to now. We have been pretty much in the Pluto retrograde that's been actually dragging up our deepest, darkest woundings and traumas to be healed in that transit. Now, a lot of things came up for me. Hazy Choi, I've explained a few times already why I've put it in as the Pisces full moon, but you'd have to go back to the beginning to catch that. All right, my loves. Yeah, a lot of things came up, including, I'm gonna say if it's you, then it's me. If it's me, then it's you in it. So I'm gonna say some of the themes that came up was our sense of belonging, what we belong to and why we belong to it, and what we believe and why we believe it. So I feel like those themes were definitely at the forefront of this Pluto retrograde. So a lot of the time, like I said, in the formative years, the first 7 years of our life are the most formative years. So a lot of the things that we believe, a lot of the things that we belong to or feel like we need to belong to are formed in those years. So for me, it was always belonging to a family, belonging to being a part of a couple, you know, being a part of something, being part of a support system. And in this retrograde, it dragged me through all of the realities of how that looked and how that played out. And I've come to the end of it and realized actually those beliefs and those things are outdated for me. So many of us in the collective have had to shed some things that we thought we really truly wanted, and we were even given the opportunity to live certain things out, and during the process realizing actually I don't actually want that anymore, or I don't actually need that anymore, I don't actually believe in that anymore. Do you see? So as transformative as Pluto retrograde can be, we are now obviously given Libra season, where we can now balance ourselves out into some new beliefs, into some new expressions of who we want to be right now. Okay, so that being said, we're also still in, now Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is still in retrograde right now, and will be so until the end of November. Now I'm looking at some notes, and so why is this important? Why is Jupiter retrograde important? Jupiter is also literally sitting next door to the moon right now. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. You know, it's the planet of dreams coming true and all of this kind of thing, yeah? So the reason why it's really important to take full advantage of this retrograde as well is looking at your dreams, is looking at the things that almost looking at the impossible, looking at things that you thought you could never achieve, and then Jupiter retrograde having you look back on it in fine detail with a fine tooth comb at these dreams and these things that you actually tried to manifest earlier on in your years, you know, in your childhood, and now you're an adult and you're still trying to create those still same things, but not really sure whether you want that or not. So the reason why we need to take full advantage of this Jupiter retrograde is because it's in the sign of Pisces right now. It stays in the sign of Pisces until December the 20th. Now, once it moves out of the sign of Pisces in December the 20th, it moves into the sign of Aries, and it will stay there until 2033. So basically another 10 years. So it's not going to be in Pisces again for another 10 years. I'm feeling Day of the Dead, yo. I'm feeling little Day of the Dead mixed up with a little Kylie, mixed up with a little bit of my shadow and who I really am, and them things there, a little bit of Janet Jackson, Miss and Paris Fashion Week. All right, boom. Thank you, Emma. What we are given an opportunity to do right now, while Jupiter is in Pisces, is truly manifest our wildest of dreams. Not to think big. You seen that meme when it's like, think big, bitch. Think big. You're thinking too small. Think big. Think big for this generational wealth. Think big for this expansive existence that you wish to have, you know, in the world. You know, be seen, be heard, be felt, you know, in this Jupiter in Pisces expansion. Even though we're in retrograde, we still we still get to experience Jupiter and Pisces forward movement from the 23rd of November until the 20th of December, when it, like I said, it goes into Aries after that for 10 years. So guys, my G's, this is just encouragement to go deeper into yourselves about who you are on a spiritual level, what you believe spiritually, what you also believe psychologically, you know what I mean, about yourself, about your part, your role in the human race, and also what your true calling is, what you are truly being called to do at this time, and for you to truly glow up in this thing, you know, glow up in that, whatever it is that you are trying to do, because many of us can become very disenchanted and disheartened by pursuing things that we believe are our passions and our loves, but yet not getting anywhere with that. You know, think bigger, look deeper into that. Is there any way that you can become more innovative in the thing that you do right now? That, when I say that, I mean, is there any way that you can flip it, you can make it different, you can make it more interesting? You know, for instance, I don't know, my imagination's all over the place. Like, for instance, if you're like an artist, for instance, a music artist, and is there any way that you can stand out more than just singing or rapping, or, you know, what else can you do? What else can you incorporate from your multi-dimensional selves into this field of creativity to innovate, to set new standards in it? You know, like, what can you do? So this is what Jupiter is asking you in this retrograde. Also, obviously, you've got things like delays going on, especially in travel. And that could also be in moving forward in certain things. So just allow Jupiter retrograde, let it do what it needs to do. Don't try to rush the process, because you will frustrate yourself. And as you know as well, Saturn is still in retrograde up until, what's it say, the 23rd of October. But then obviously we've got the shadow period. So even though also Pluto, we've come out of the actual retrograde, we're going to be in the shadow period for the next 13 days now, until we are fully out. But once we come out of that 13 days, we're going to already be in Scorpio season, which means we're back into Pluto energy, but not necessarily being dragged backwards to look at the past. We are now being more encouraged to bring our innermost feelings up into the surface and out into this reality. That's what we're being asked to do. So, and to transform, to truly transform. So, yeah, that's that part. That's that part. And I feel like that's all I want to say about all of that. And it should be enough, because it's been half an hour to Ross. So a quick puff, and then let's get into prayer and let's get into these cards. It's making no sense, but it's been a theme that I've been thinking, and I need to say it to y'all because you're my family. Some of you are guilty, not of the act, but of the actual feeling of, some of you are feeling bad because of not the actual act, but of the guilt of the act. Y'all need to get out of that. You're feeling guilty over something that's already happened. And that's what's dragging you down and causing blockages and making you feel bad. You need to get over that. You need to get out of that energy. It's done. It's done. You've already done it. So eat the consequences and move on. Okay? And it came out like that as well. Okay? Our Divine Mother and Father who live within us, hallowed be thy name, our freedom come, your will be done on earth as it is within us. Give us this day our daily breath, and forgive us our trespasses against ourselves and others, as we forgive those who trespass against us and themselves, through all lifetimes, timelines and levels of consciousness. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the absence of love. For we are the kingdom, we are the power, divided we are weak, united we are victorious. And to you, the Almighty, we give all of the glory forever and ever. Duanete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. So it is, and so it will be. Ashe. Ashe. As above, so below. So within, so without. If it's you, then it's me. If it's me, then it's you. This is an extra special from my sister Nikki in Jamaica. It's her birthday today and she loves this thing. I also want to say to you, some of you are holding tension in parts of your body. You're not even aware of it. So some of you will hold tension in your legs. Some of you will hold tension in your neck and in your back and in your shoulders. Just be mindful of relaxing parts of your body that are tensed up without your awareness. Just every so often, just check your body. Just make sure that everything's relaxed, so that everything's relaxed from your toes to your head top. You know, sometimes some of you will tense up your face, your jaws will clench, your eyes, your frown lines are popping, you know. So guys, just be mindful of where you're holding this tension in your bodies. And like I said, be sure to release and relax. I'm just doing it because I'm not fully comfortable. I found that when I was in prayer, like my legs were hurting. I'm like, why? It's because I was tensing up to try and stay comfortable on the chair. So as I was saying, ABCD core. I'm gonna keep an eye on you. I'm keeping an eye on you. Okay. All right. So let's start with the Wisdom of Avalon. Start with the Wisdom of Avalon first and foremost. Wagwan, the psychedelic. Oh, thank you. I missed y'all too. Okay, the collective wants some clear, precise guidance about this full moon in Pisces. Because I didn't ask a question in it, so it's just going to have me shuffling for 20 minutes. Okay, first of all, we got Joy. Because Joy looks good on you. Joy looks good on y'all. Hit the like button when you come in, my loves. Joy looks good on you. We're going to have to read it, though. It's a 10. It's a 10. Joy looks good on you. I don't need my glasses, it's okay. This marks a time for celebration, for this portends to joyous completion of a project and attainment of a goal. This Pluto retrograde going direct. How much work did you do? It was excruciating if you didn't do the work. It was excruciating if you did not engage. But if you engaged, this is a time for celebration because you removed more blockages than you probably removed in this whole process, in this Pluto retrograde alone. Completion of a project, the attainment of a goal, or the end of a long and arduous journey. When you're thirsty, this marker promises that you'll find a well. When you're cold, a blanket. When you're hungry, nourishment. Joy also has another aspect, for not only does it celebrate receiving blessings from the fruits of actual labor, but it's also about the sharing of it. Joy celebrates itself. Its very essence radiates beauty and well-being. Like this spring, sun breaking through after a long and gloomy winter, joy reminds us to be grateful for all of the gifts of life. Joy bestows the blessings of happiness. You truly have reasons to smile when this marker appears on your path. So I want to share an affirmation with you guys. Remember last time I shared my money affirmation with you, multiple streams of income. So now I want to share my love affirmation with you. So it goes like this. It's because I watched Kanye. I know he's controversial right now, but you know what? I watched the interview and he made me cry. Like literally with joy. So this is why we're saying it, right? So I used to say I am happy, but Kanye said we must say we in all the things, even if you're a singular person, we're never singular because we've got 5 aspects of the soul first of all, so it's always a we. So we, okay? So we are happy and grateful. We are happy and grateful for the multiple streams of love, support, affection, intimacy, and what else was it? It's right here. It's right here because it's in my journal right here. Read it properly so don't get nervous. I'm getting nervous trying to remember it. All right, so it says, we are happy and grateful that we have multiple streams of love, support, intimacy, care in our relationships. No, this is the old one. Wait, this is the old one. Let me read the updated one. We are happy and grateful that we have multiple streams of love, support, intimacy, affection, and care in our relationships that mirror our highest vibration. Ashe. I write a lot. So that is your affirmation to maintain joy and happiness in your space. At all times, you start your day with that, you finish your day with that, because it is multiple streams of love and care and intimacy and support and affection that we receive. And I think we've had it a little fucked up. Can you hit the like button when you come in, please, guys? I think sometimes we've had it a little bit fucked up where we put all of that, see that idealism, all of that energy into one person or one pool. So some of us would get all of that from just maybe our family and not allow anybody else or anything else into that, or not allowing anything or anybody else to share that with you or to experience that with you. We can be quite, what's the word? Not controlling, what's the word? I can't think of the fucking word. What's the word, y'all? When you can be quite, it's not protective. What's the word that I'm thinking of? Where you can be quite, mine, it's all mine, it's mine, I'm not sharing it. It's not even selfish, but what's the word? It's not even selfish, but what is the word? Like when you can just be all, like you think that, say for instance, like look at this whole, these divine partnershipy things, yeah, when we was like, my divine masculine, my divine feminine, and really and truly I'm surrounded by divine masculines. It doesn't make them all mine, and learning to understand, just because a divine masculine is in my presence, it doesn't mean that that's mine. Even if their attention is on me at any particular time, it still doesn't mean that they territorial, Shondati, territorial. That's exactly the word I'm looking for. It doesn't make it our property. We don't own nothing, especially those of us that belong to this collective. We belong to the world. And possessive, but I like territorial. That was really the word I was looking for. We belong to the world. We serve as a gateway into ushering in this new time. And when it comes to our missions, they cannot be compromised for another person or another thing. Once we are clear about what it is that we're supposed to be doing, or if we are open to the flow of what it is that we're supposed to be doing, we can never be compromised by another human being. So therefore, we have to allow detachment. We have to let go of expectation when it comes to our joy. This idealism, having this ideal of how things should be in partnerships. Y'all got to be looking the same, moving the same, thinking the same, wanting the same. And really and truly, it's not even about that. It's about having the polarities, and it's about having the diversity, and it's about having our differences so that we can come together with different perspectives and expand on what it is we thought we knew. Do you understand what I'm saying? Again, this idealism of partnerships, I'm leaning more and more and more and more. I'm not saying I'm when I'm explaining it to people, they're like, are you into polyamory? I don't think it's that. At all. I think it's more of having an understanding of where I get my different sources of love from, and how they show up for me, and how I show up in people's love ships, and my role in that. Does that make sense? So for instance, I know from my wife, this is where I get my emotional support from. Hands down, for the past 14 years. This is where I'm getting my emotional support from, you know. But then at the same time, when it's complicated, I was married to a man when I met my wife. So, you know, I was looking for emotional support from him, as well as financial support, as well as protection, as well as I was looking for everything from him, one. And I didn't realize that I could get the emotional support from somebody over here, or I could get my mental support from somebody over here. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm clear about where my sources of multiple sources of love, intimacy, care, and all these things come from. Thank you. I'm clear, and some of it comes from obviously family. Like I know where I get my my spiritual support from actually comes from my mother, you know, which is, I'm saying it now, but I'm thinking, no, my spiritual support really does come from mum. She doesn't really fully understand how I move and what I go on with, and she doesn't do any of what I do. She's an African Methodist Episcopal Church mother of the church to us, but I do get my emotional support from her because I know for a fact that she's the one that definitely prays over me daily. I know that if ever I am drained, spiritually drained, I can lean on my mum, and my mum will lift me back up with her words and her prayer and all of the things. So that, do you see what I'm saying? So looking for that in one vessel is a big ask, because I can't be all of the things to one person. Even as a mother, I've found that it's been a village that helped raise my babies, because I wouldn't have been able to do that by myself. It was too much of an ask. You get me? These fruit flies, yeah? So I'm just putting it out there so that you guys cannot be depleted of joy, so that if you've put all your joy into one space, one person, one pool of people, and those people are not giving you joy, it doesn't mean that you can't feel joy. I get my exactly. We are multidimensional, and so is love, and so it is, Shonda. You get. So that's a big paragraph. I can't read quick enough, so I was just like looking at it nervously, like I want to read it all, but it's just so difficult. So yes, I mean, I get also my spiritual support from you guys. Being able to air out what I'm feeling, or what I can feel from the energies, and what I'm dancing with helps so much. But some of you are just expecting that from the person that you lie down with. What if the person you lie down with is just for your physical support? You know, I also get physical support from, I mean, I haven't been to my personal trainer for a year. It's been a year, easily. So, you know, but from Lewis used to give me physical support, because I didn't even have the discipline to get up and do my exercising. Every week, Lewis would be here like, fam, what are we doing? I need to hook up with Lewis again, man. Because he helps with my physical support, you know. So some of us have put all our eggs into one basket, and we just keep getting disappointed time and time again. And obviously it's important for you to be honest and clear about how you move and where your streams of support come from, so that if there's any new people that come into your life, they know where the fuck you're coming from at any given time. Really and truly, I really believe that we are moving into a completely more expansive paradigm when we start to explore our love ships and intimacy and care and affection and physical love. You know, it's really a time now to really see if what you believed to be your ideal love ship, is it still that? Who knows? You know, so allow yourself to explore and have a look at that. Allow yourself to do that, and allow yourself to experiment with what you find. That's all. That's all. So, because I was definitely that little girl that grew up thinking that I was just looking for him. I was just looking for that one prince. That's all I was looking for. I wasn't never looking for anything else. I wasn't looking for friendship and all of this shit. Like, I'll say to everybody, I'm not the greatest of a friend. You know what I mean? I'm not, even now, with all that I know and all that I've learned and all that I've expanded, I mean, I'm a better friend than I was, but I'm still not the greatest friend. You still won't hear from me all 2-3 weeks in a row, because I'm just enjoying myself, enjoying me, enjoying my space, enjoying my company. Because another thing that I found as well in this whole Pluto retrograde, I've come out the other end being absolutely appreciative of me. So glad I am me and that I've got me. So glad about it that sometimes I can be a little selfish and don't even want to share myself with anybody. I also learned that I don't necessarily want to be responsible for anybody at any given time. And it was difficult to admit that while I was being a mother to young people, because you're not allowed to say things like that. You're not allowed to not want to be responsible for anybody. And next thing you know, you're responsible for children and you're responsible for somebody else's feelings. And you know, I felt like I was always responsible for somebody else's feelings. I felt like every move that I made affected somebody else's way of being. My biggest sentence when I was growing up was like, if I do this, my mum will kill me, or my mum will be so upset, or you know, parents, don't disappoint me, don't embarrass me. You know, my daughter did a post the other day, and she was like, she had her face like set. And she was like, do you remember when parents used to say, fix your face, and you grow up only to realize that this is just how your face stay? You know, and I was just like, I've done said that to her so many times. Fix your face. Why is your face like that? Why couldn't her face be like that? Why couldn't she just be? Why did it bother me? Why was it my business? Anyway, I think I digressed. Let's pull another card. Pull 2 cards only. All right, we'll jump from one to the other. Let's use, no, what's this one called now? Guys, believe in your own magic cards. Let's read that. Voyage. Absolutely, Shonda, absolutely. Voyage, you already have all the answers. This keeps coming up. This is, I feel like from I've got this deck, this card comes up the most. And if we're asking a question about this full moon in Pisces, I'm just saying, because I don't see no fire nowhere all now. Then it's saying that you have the answers, whatever you want, and whatever you think is whatever you want, and whatever you think is what you want for yourself. And you can't be told, you shouldn't be told by anything or anybody as to how that looks. That should be your reality, and for you to live out however the hell you want to live it out. And if those around you can't get with it, then you continue, you move on, and you carry on doing what you're doing. But it is about your happiness. It is about you. Oh God, when people say it's not about you, it is fucking about me. It is about me. It's always about me. I am in charge of me. I'm in charge of my happiness. I'm in charge of my peace. I'm in charge of my joy. So it is about me, because as long as I'm peaceful, happy and joyful, I'm contributing to the bigger picture. My energy is uplifting the bigger picture. So it is about me. It is about you. It's an illusion to think that it never was. It's always been about you, because then you would never have looked outside of yourself to find your truth. We call these people selfish, but really and truly, have they been? Oh. Eight of Pentacles, practice. So this is you finding discipline, really studying yourself. This is like you've got astronomy in a bottle. You know, you are astronomy in a vessel. You are astronomy in a vessel. Whatever it is that you want to know on the outside, first look within you. First, yesterday I did, I'm going to do it more regularly, by the way, over on Instagram. I'm going to go back to doing individual card pulls once a month. I'll do that like the day before the full moon. If I've got the space, I'm definitely doing that. And I had a beautiful young lady on yesterday who was looking for validation for the things that she was being told and being channeled and being downloaded. She was looking for somebody else to be saying about it so that she could at least find, you know, some type of safety in what it is she's thinking. But there's no one. It's only her that got the download. It's only her that knows that information. So unless she shares that with us, we're a little bit still in the dark. We haven't got a piece of the puzzle. Each one of us has a piece of the puzzle, and it doesn't look like my piece. It might connect and fit with my piece, but it's not my piece. It's your piece. And if you don't give your piece of the puzzle, the bigger picture doesn't happen. Oh, the world, yeah, I've got the world doesn't revolve around me, but it fucking actually does. It's my world. Y'all are just in that. And the same for you. It's your world. Everybody else is just in it. It's all an illusion. This is all being turned upside down on its head at this time, because thank you so much, Shonda. Thank you for that donation, Mama. Thank you. You know, I feel like this is what this full moon is saying, that everything's being turned on its head right now. Everything you thought you knew, you don't. Everything you thought you believed, you don't. Everything that you've seen the way things go, it doesn't. It's up to you. How well am I shuffling these circle cards, please? I'm sorry. Remember when I first got them? I mean, I'm not the best shuffler, but look. I mean, we're moving. We're progressing in such an amazing way. Water. So what full moon are we in, please? What full moon do you think we're in now? Because we just keep being shown fucking water. 18 is a 9 on the 9th day today. It says, work with the element of water for healing and purification. So what's water? It's our emotions. Work with your emotions. Work through your emotions. Don't try to block out your emotions, especially those of you who suppress your emotions. Learn to work through them now, because like I said to you, some of you are being chewed up by the guilt of what's already been done. You've already done it. So just allow yourself to have felt. If you cuss somebody out, like I did on Monday, by whispering, my shadow would be moving different. Like, I've never seen her like this in my life, yo. She'd be whispering threats. And I'm sure it must be scarier to the person who's receiving that when it's being whispered to you. What the fuck I will do to you if you don't get the fuck away from me. So, you know, I don't feel no way. Just because I'm over here trying to stay in my highest vibration, I'm not going to let nobody take the piss out of me. And I'm going to tell them about their bumperclot. You know what I mean? But I'm not necessarily going to get upset. This is why I say to you, you know, work through your emotions, be in control of your emotions. And when I say in control of your emotions, if you know that something is going to anger you, allow yourself to feel the anger, talk yourself through it, have the whole dialogue, and then deal with the situation. Pardon me. There's a particular person in my life, yeah. Every time I speak to this particular person, they piss me off. But I love them very deeply. I love them so much. But they piss me off. Like, even just thinking about talking to them pisses me off. But I really love this person and I love them. So, now what I do is, like, I have the scenario chat with myself first. And then I talk to the person. And it's cool. We're cool. That was just a little example. Like, you know, sometimes, you know what, whenever my mum used to touch down at England from Africa, I used to have a whole fucking meltdown. A whole meltdown before she got here. And then as soon as she arrived, I couldn't get enough of her. You have to allow yourself to work through your emotions and stop avoiding them. Stop doing things to dodge them. Do you understand? Because some of you don't even know how to feel joy. Can you imagine? Because you're so used to not feeling supported or happy or abundant or loved or in God's love. Some of you don't even know how to feel joy. Some of you don't know how to feel peace. If you're not in some drama, wahala, you don't know how to act. Some of you will call peace boredom. You get? Because I've been there. I'm not dragging you. I've been there. I'm bored. Looking for where I can find a little drama, a little excitement. Peace. You're in peace. You're at peace. Don't know how to act. Water. Page of Pentacles, reliability. Page of Pentacles is somebody that's new to manifesting, finding its feet in bringing its dreams into reality, into the physical world. So, like I said, this Pluto retrograde has had you thinking and moving differently now that you've kind of really decided that certain things and paradigms and belief systems that you had no longer serve you and you're not about it no more, and you're with something else, you want to get with something else. So this is you now learning to use your thoughts with your thoughts, your physical actions along with your emotions to bring things into the physical plane. And then we've got the, yes, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. You've got those at the bottom, those should be at the top. Those at the top shall be at the bottom. So, you know, you've got you getting ready to experience something different. Experience something different to what you have experienced in the past. It is okay for you to feel joy, even if everybody around you is feeling despair. It's okay for you to feel safe even if everybody around you feels unsafe. It's okay for you to feel abundant even if everybody around you is feeling lack. It's okay. It's okay to feel love when everybody around you is feeling hate. And then we've got the Queen of Cups, your intuition, along with the High Priestess, two together, same thing. Same thing. It's learning to trust your gut, to trust your feelings, to trust your emotions, trust what you feel in your body. How does it feel? D'Angelo once said. How does it feel to you? You might think it's okay to do something or to participate in something, but how does it actually feel? Some of you are still going to school, university, and these things, getting higher education. For why? How does it feel? Does it feel good to go? Are you excited? Yes, I'm going to get my education. Does it feel good or not? Because if it doesn't feel good, why are you doing that? Some of you are still getting up to go to a job that you hate. Still. Why? Not for money. Could never be for money. You can't work for money. You have to make that bitch work for you. This card's just out. It's just upside down. It's made me fast with the cards. And it says happy love. A joyful, stable partnership and good friends. I told you, we are grateful and happy for multiple streams of love. Multiple streams of love, care, support, and affection in our relationships that mirror our highest vibration. We said that, innit? 3, the Holy Trinity. This is the mind, body, and the soul. This is the mother, the father, and the child. You are the child. Mother, father, God have got you. There's no reason for you not to have a solid, stable relationship. There is nobody motherless or fatherless in this universe. The Kabbalion, the 7 Hermetic laws tell you that you are fully supported and loved from day 1 to now. The whole time to the day you no longer breathe in this vessel. You are always God. So it's for you to be able to feel that. And it is a feeling. Because we can't see our ethereal mother and father. We can't see them. You have to be able to feel them. Pluto should have had you doing that. Should have been able to feel everything. You can no longer be numb in these times. You don't need to go on and on and on and on and on, do we? Pull one more. Pull one more from the Wisdom of Avalon. We got the B. Luck, industriousness, and sweet victory. The B. I laughed because I saw one. I did a little reels on Instagram. I did a little yoga and a bit of took some offerings out to my tree, and in the video there was a bee. Imagine, it really came up to the camera and made itself known, made me smile. Let's read it. 16. When the bee buzzes onto your path, it's a reminder that with hard work and a firm commitment to building your dream, a sweet outcome is assured. Dream big, bitch. The bee is a symbol of luck, so expect miracles and your life will be victorious and sweet. Remember that you also create your own luck. That is, effort is essential as you progress along your path in order to make your dreams a reality. You have to participate. The bee is an industrious, busy creature that's always making honey. The bee gets busy With that, honey will soon be yours. The bee is always a fortunate omen. Always a fortunate omen. Things can be so sweet for you if you did your work during this Pluto retrograde. Honestly, if you remove the blockages that were preventing you from moving forward, and for Jupiter going direct, this is what I see. You know, when you pull a band back with something like a bazooka, and you just let that go, just ping, and it goes, dong. That's going to be Jupiter. As soon as Jupiter goes direct, that's what's going to happen. Is you being pulled back. Even now that even though you've removed the blockages from Pluto retrograde, you've got certain things. You've got your throat chakra popping from that Mercury retrograde that we've just come out of. Now the expansion, you're still being pulled back. You haven't really dreamt big enough yet. Because once it goes direct, it's ping, dong, and remember it goes into Aries. Aries is all about action, all about things getting done, all about forward movement, leadership, these things. You see me? So that's what I feel. That's what I feel like is going to happen personally. So it's just about being patient, being consistent. One thing about your dreams is consistency. You're supposed to be pouring into yourself on a daily basis. You can't expect anything outside of you to pour into you if you are not pouring into yourself on a daily basis. And that doesn't mean that you're continuously working hard. No, you're sometimes resting, you're sometimes playing, you're sometimes researching, you're sometimes communing. You know, but this is about pouring into yourself every day. What is your multiple streams of joy? Where does it come from? Moonology. It went direct yesterday, Brooke. Yesterday. So we've still got 13 days of the shadow, but it's direct now, man. We did that. We did that from the 25th of April. Before that, even because there was a shadow period before that. Bruh, we did that. You are good enough. Look at that. You are good enough. We've got the full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. This is the full moon in Virgo. This is, remember, the dark goddess season. So we just had Virgo season, and we are still in the very beginning of feminine season right now. I think what are these now? Is it we're back in eclipse season? Are we? Because we had the equinox in it, what day? So yeah, you know, we're still in the dark goddess season. That's the first goddess that you're going to come across when you jump into feminine season, is the dark goddess, the Lilith energy. And then it says, take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. Let's read that one. Disseminating moon, only because it's so full. Look at that, it even looks like a skull. Let's read it. I feel like I'm gonna need my glasses though, yo. And I have them right here. Feeling thick, you know. I mean, it's been a minute. I was skinny for a long time, and I thought that's what I wanted until it wasn't. Girl. So disseminating moon, disseminating. 34/7. I just wish the skirt wasn't so ratchet, because it is really ratchet. It's a really old garment, but you know. I mean, it kind of goes with the outfit. It's got red marks all over it. It's bleach where I clean a lot in this dress. But yeah, man, the thick, yeah, girl. It's the fires for me. All right. The intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all of the time. I swear I just said something to that tune. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Dream big, bitch. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. Attune to the moon. I am where I am and it's okay. Additional meaning of this card. You should know where you stand either now or very soon. You need to take some time out for your own good. It's time for you to share your wisdom and experiences with someone else. I told you, you're part of the puzzle, and without your part, the bigger picture cannot be created. Avoid falling into a slump. The teaching. The disseminating moon is the first moon phase after the explosion of energy that comes with the full moon. So this is what we're going to be experiencing around Wednesday, Thursday. No matter when you pick this card, it suggests you are at a more tranquil point in life, in the life cycle of whatever situation you're asking about. This is not the ideal time to start something new. The disseminating moon is the time to breathe out. Give yourself some time off and think about what has passed. So it's really about really looking over what you have learned during this Pluto retrograde, about yourself, about your beliefs, about what you think it is and your part. When I say what you think it is, I mean what you think life is. How you think life plays out and how it plays out for you. Because it really didn't make sense. It just made sense to me. And I'm just like, expand. Because that just made sense to you. Let's get Crystal and Boogie on out of there, yeah? I really wish I could pierce, because I would definitely get this done and that another thingy, but I cannot. The healing time is just disrespectful to me. All right. Perfect. Auralite 24, Auralite 23, and it's number 24. Auralite. Okay. The soul connector. Auralite 23 has a sedative effect on the mind, stilling it so that profound healing and conscious connection with your soul, the universal mind, and higher dimensions occur. Self-understanding. You are a multi-layered soul on a course of accelerated spiritual growth. You came to Earth to share your knowledge. You have an ability to move between different dimensions to anchor new vibrations into the earth plane. The slowness and the seeming impossibility of this task have brought disillusionment and discontentment. Remember, I told you, some of you would have been feeling disillusioned and disenchanted from doing what you love, but yet not seeing any fruits of your labor. Be consistent and be patient. Now is the time, yo. But do not despair. Raise your own consciousness and others will follow. Divination. Recognize that you are an integral part of humanity. Center yourself in inner peace and connect to your higher mind before making a decision. Beneficial contacts come through friends and family. It is not so much that you know, it's not so much what you know as to whom that counts now. And that includes higher beings. Healing insight. Align to as above, so below, as without, so within. Because we already know. Leads to a sense of righteousness and immense well-being. Frequency, exceptionally high. Chakras, soul star, and stellar gateway. Cleanses and aligns all. Timing, Aquarius. Soul path, reconnection of ego, soul, and higher consciousness. So as we know, that is like, for us, that's the shadow and the higher self being reconnected at this time. But we've been doing the work, so we know that that's what we've been doing throughout the whole of the Pluto retrograde. We've been working on the 5 aspects of the soul so that we can get this alignment together, so that we can experience exactly what it is that we're here to do. You're part of the puzzle. You are a piece of the puzzle. It's not just the knowledge that you hold. It's your energy. You know, they talked about grid work there, having your energy into this grid that they call planet Earth, and grounding your energy into that. You are just like a crystal, you know. You hold a very special, unique vibration that helps to uplift and to assist in this whole process of ascension of the multiverse. You already know, because I've been telling you. You know I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't have to chat so long. Let's get straight into this portal. It's 10-10. You know, it's abundance. 10-10. Are we excited? Because I'm in my 10 year. Yes, Carolyn Edwards. I love that. I wish I read it out because I had time. But guys, I'll see you tomorrow for the 10-10 portal. I'm excited, and I love on all. And remember, think big, bitch. Stop thinking small. Stop with the imposter syndrome, I beg. And as I said, the Halloween boxes will be available from Wednesday. And I'm only making 10, so first come, first serve. I love you lot so much.